All right, guys, it is our Monday morning team webinar, and there's just so much amazing stuff going on with the team. I'm so excited. One of the very first things I want to do is congratulate two very special people. One, Jordan Bringelson, who hit executive last night, and she's going to share some of the strategies that she implemented to do this. And Jordan is just a light. She's just so kind. She's so warm and loving, and she wants this for herself and her family and most of all other people. The other person I just am so excited about is Ricky, who just hit 200. Well, she earned a spot in the $250,000 income club at Celebration. So you're going to be seeing her on stage. And she, as you know, guys, has worked so hard and just has a heart of gold. And so we want to hear from Ricky as well. And just a couple of housekeeping items. And I'm going to bring up my notes before we get into the good stuff, which is Jordan and Ricky. Moving forward, I have to say, this business is absolutely incredible. And I'm saying this it hit me when Lynn posted the recognition thing that she posted for me, which was the $500,000 income deal. I asked her to tag some of you on this call: Jackie Stout, Joe Lauber, everybody who won everybody who won the Breakthrough to the Beach trip. And Lynn wrote me back and said, I tagged everybody except for the people I'm not friends with, which was such an enormous amount of people on this team that are such huge, that add so much and add so much value and are creating such teamwork and success. And it just made me realize that, guys, this is the time. We have got to, as Jordan did, we've got to lay that foundation, get to executive, because it's like popcorn. It's like Jiffy Pop. Remember the old Jiffy Pop where it was like pop? You find a Jordan. And then 6 months later or a year later, pop, you find a Ricky Tischler. And then you're working, Jordan's working, Ricky's working, and all of a sudden it's like pop, pop, pop. And then it's pop, 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 pop. So laying your foundation, and that's what happened on this team, and that's obviously what's happened on Lynn's team. And it just made my head, it just blew me away that she didn't know some of the top income producers. Bianca Dodds, who's the top enroller on this team, and I'm personally enrolled in Lynn. It just made my husband that she's not even friends with her on Facebook. So, guys, if you can mute yourself, you guys, if you can mute yourself, there is some background noise. But that was really telling. And then the last thing I wanted to say is, I have two very sick family members. One of them is Catherine, who just got her tonsils out Friday, and the other is Mate. Pray for Mate. He's not doing well. He's been in the hospital for the last 2 days, and Paul left this morning to take him down to Denver to see a heart specialist. My point is that despite life happening, which it always does, right? Despite that, I didn't blink when they said, hey, the best case scenario is we keep Mate overnight in the animal hospital for $1,200 per night for 2 nights in a row. I didn't blink. It was like, I can do that. Because I created a residual income. I didn't blink when we're going to see the top heart specialist apparently in the country in Denver. And, there's no dog insurance. So anyway, this business is incredible. If you're not going to Celebration, you were going to want to see Jordan. You're going to want to see Ricky on stage. please get your ticket, and also call your brand new associates and say, hey, I have no idea if you're interested in looking at this business, but 4.5 years ago or whatever it is for you, I made the decision that I need to at least do my due diligence on this company and check it out. And thank God I did. I have 2 new people going to Celebration, and it's because I made those calls. They wouldn't have done
Mark, can you hear me?
I hear a lot of background noise. If we can just, oh, thank you. Mute yourself out. Okay, so now I am going to introduce, I'm so excited to introduce and have Jordan share some of the strategies that she utilized to go hit a Crystal Executive and hit that $1,000 bonus. Jordan, are you there?
I'm here. I am here. Thank you so much for asking me to talk today. I'm so excited to finally be amongst, the leaders in our company, and huge congratulations to you and being recognized for $500,000 income earner. And Ricky, huge congratulations to you. And I cannot wait to be amongst that, that type of leadership. So, it's so exciting. And you actually created such a perfect segue of something that I wanted to share. And, it was right after the Zoom call that we did on Wednesday, our Focus to Success Zoom call. And, Lynn shared that it's not over until it's over. We only had 4 days, to reach Crystal Executive. And, I was still kind of him-hawing, and I thought, there's no way. I have 2 consultants. There's no way I'm going Crystal Executive by Sunday. But I had that voice. It's like, it's not over until it's over, Jordan. Go, go, go. Focus, focus, focus. Just do it. If you want it, do it. And I made a promise to my kids that they, let me work and not be crazy, which they've been very crazy lately. And they just let me, get down to it and work. That I promised that I was going to take them to see their favorite soccer player play, Real Madrid versus Chelsea, July 30th at the Big House, U of M. And so, and they were so excited about that. And when I saw their excitement, I thought, there's no way I can let them down. Now they already FaceTimed everybody. They already called everybody and told them that they were going. And so there was no turning back. It was something that little that really made it no turning back. And so Friday I started, I talked to Danielle, and she said, Jordan, if you want this as bad as you say you do, you have to be bold. You have to have bold conversations. You have to step outside your comfort zone. You're going to have to work like you've never worked before, and you're really going to have to show up. And, and when you hear Danielle speak like that, and you hear her speak that into you, you're going to listen and you're going to do what she tells you to do. And, so Heidi, you had mentioned, just getting on the phone and calling, people and asking them, take a look at this, and asking them, inviting them to Celebration. What do you have to lose? It's a no if you don't ask. And, at least you give someone the opportunity to, to check things out. So, I took that, and when I had started reaching into my tree, and, here's a few things that I did was, I looked at my tree. I had 2 consultants, and I looked to see who had been consultants before, because those were my easy ones. And I got on the phone with them, and I said, look, I was really honest. I was very, very open. I was very, very honest. I let everybody know that I was going for a really big promotion. And it, the deadline to reach that was on Sunday. And I asked them, what I can do to get you back to active status. Can I offer to pay your shipping? Can I throw in a box of coffee? What can I do to get you active? You would be really helping me out, and in turn, I want to help you out. So is there, what will it take? And, and they were so willing to help. And I'm completely blown away by just how much being bold, honest, authentic, and, just really going for it. It took a village to make this happen. I'm not going to lie. And, everyone who I called asking to come up to active status, I was able to, recover 4 consultants just by having those conversations with them. And then I asked, okay, we need your 2 people to go active. Can I reach out to them? Can you reach out to them? What can we do to really incentivize them to go active? And it was really, really digging in there and having the mindset, do whatever it takes to get there and to help them promote. And so I had reached out to, several of my them plus twos. And again, just being really open and honest, I am trying to promote to the next level in our company. I'm really helping, Jessica get to where she needs to be. Would you be willing to help her out by, bringing your order up to active? There's so many great products. If there's something that you want to try, I have some great recommendations for you. What are your goals? What are you looking to accomplish? How can I help you? And is there any way we can get you to active status today? Whew, that was a hard conversation because, it was this, I didn't want to sound desperate at all. I didn't want it to be about me, but I knew what I needed to do to get, the people I needed back up to consultant and, trying to figure out a way that I can offer them, the right solutions, offer them, free shipping, whatever. And they were like, yeah, I can do that. What do you need me to do? And it was amazing by how many people just said yes because they wanted to help. So, just really what I learned about this was being bold in your asks, but really, really being authentic and honest, letting people know what you're going for and asking for help. I'm a very prideful person. And one thing I hate doing is asking people for help because I don't want anyone, I don't like feeling like I don't even know how to describe it, but I just, earn it. And, so I use the word help very reluctantly because I didn't want to just, cheat my way there. I really, really, really wanted to help them get to what they need, where they needed to be, and help the people that, find the right products for them, because I really wanted to make it about them in the process of helping Jessica, who would then, help me. So I had reached out to the them plus twos and, I encouraged everybody, incentivized everybody to get back to active status. So I was able to recover 4 consultants. I had 2 at that point, so that brought me to 6. And then it was crunch time. I had, 4 more consultants I had to create. And then I started looking into my tree and saw, who's placing these really big orders. And I had several people that were ordering 200-300 a month. And so I up and I, hey, I love that you're loving the products right now. You're having great success. Have you split up your order and, sign up your spouse? And, Isogenics only requires you to order 100 BV every month, so we can divide up your order and have it underneath your spouse, and then we can get one more person to sign up, and you can actually benefit from the placement that you're in my organization, and you can get some of those products paid for. You could even get, your husband's auto ship paid for, to help offset the cost by getting your 2 people in there. And, so just having those conversations, I had 3 girls say, yeah, let's do it. And I said, great. Can you find your second person before Sunday, and I'll match your $50 bonus that you're going to get. and you'll get $100 for doing it. Plus, any commission that you're going to get out of it mean the world to me. I will take care of that membership fee for you, whatever it takes. And that was really in the back of my mind. Whatever it takes. What can I do to help you? I will do whatever it takes. And we can write this, we can send this in a private message, but I will tell you what, Danielle told me, do not do that, because there is something in your voice that they're going to hear. It doesn't matter what you write. It is what you're saying. It is that conviction that you have in your voice, and it is who you're being when you're talking to them. And I feel like that is what did it for me. And you know what? There was a whole rally of people that were really, really going for it. And, last night I went to bed with an unmeasurable amount of gratitude for the village that it took, and for everybody who just really, really, did everything possible to help me go Crystal executive, but at the same time, it was so awesome seeing, people, stretching for their next goal, whether it was fitness or weight loss, and getting back on the products. And, and people were feeling bad about not being on the products, and they were excited to get started again. And, just by having that, one courageous conversation, can just transpire into so many different things. And it's like, oh my God, I am out of my mind with just excitement for what we had created within our team, and, and all the people and all the lives that are going to be impacted by one strong push, and really coming together with, really looking at your tree, and, looking at this as, it doesn't have to be as overwhelming as what we think it is, and really taking a look at your organization, who is doing what, and what we can do that can really incentivize them to consult, and, sign up there, let them get their products before. They just don't know. They just don't know that they can do that. And so I feel like it's really our job to let them know, the way they can really maximize their membership, and, coming from a place of just, heart, and being really open and honest and authentic. And it's okay to ask for help. And, and people want to help you. And, if you're going for a big, strong push, I really, really urge you, just be open and be honest and be bold, and, do something that you haven't done. Because, for me, I was sitting stuck. I was so stuck for almost 5 years. And, the really great thing was I, declared it 2 years ago. I wanted to be, 6-figure income earner, a Start 1000 member before I turned 35. I turned 34 on Monday, so my big bonus is going to hit right on my birthday, and I'm super excited about that. But you know what? It's, it's something that this little, this big win this week just really helped me, want to stretch and focus, because I've seen what it takes to be so focused on one goal, and what can happen when you really, really go for it in a way that you've never gone for it before. And it's like, now the belief is like, okay, well, if I can do that, how am I going 2-star before, celebration, which is my next goal, is I'm going to hit 2-star before celebration. And I'm, if not 3-star, because I really want to get to Start 1000, but really, seeing what happens when you have that focus that we learn about, that Lynn talks about. It's not over until it's over, and following one course successful, like that has really been what's been, keeping me in check, and being in that kind of focus and activity. I a ton of things that I had to overcome, but it's like, okay, I'll worry about that later. I don't have time to worry about that now, because I have to go Crystal executive. And it almost forces you to detach yourself from the outcome. And just because you're so focused on the activity, and really, I tend to, plan out my road to executive, and I look at it and say, okay, well, when I need it to be, I can have this person become consultants, but actually going for that push and putting that plan into action force me to get into really, really big activity, and seeing how so many people invested in me getting there. I couldn't let them down, and I was terrified that I was going to let them down. And because of that, that was like my next drive. Like, I cannot let you down. You just, invested $200, on a whim from a phone call, to place your order tonight. I am not going to let you down. And thank you. And, so it was just a whole lot of things that, took place to get there, but it definitely was getting really, really centered, really focused, really bold, authentic, and honest, and just deciding that you're going to go for it, and you're going to do it no matter what. Whew. That's what I got.
Jordan, thank you so much. And, here's what I heard is, I love that humility is not humiliation. Humility is being your authentic self, and really getting centered. And, we just take it now to the next level of boldness. Jordan, you can do it. Now you need to call those people and say, okay, get paid and get your people paid. Now you need to say, you know what, this company, I know when you first started, we didn't really know what we were doing. We're still, we have implemented a system that is just turnkey. And, you may or may not be interested, but, I know you love the products. I'm so excited you're re-engaging with the products. I would love to show you your business system. Take it to that next level, because at the beginning of this call, I mentioned I didn't blink when they said it's going to be $2,400 for me to spend the night, 2 nights in a row, because doggies don't have insurance. And the best product is this income opportunity. And when you become completely, just utterly focused on building this business, that's the fastest way to getting people healthy. The fastest way to really, create that, create better health in this world. So, Jordan, thank you. This is just the beginning. Just the beginning. Great job.
Ricky, I want to hear from you. I have to go pick up my kids, but I really want to hear you. You share. But is this call being recorded? Because I want to hear the rest of it, but I just have to go run and grab my kids real fast.
I just unmuted Ricky. Ricky, congratulations, girlfriend.
Thank you. You know what? So, Jordan, first of all, congratulations to you. I mean, it's been so fun watching you and just seeing how you've evolved and just growing personally and truly helping so many other people along the way. So congratulations to you. I can so relate to taking your kids to the soccer game. It's going to be so wonderful. Enjoy that bonus. And I also have to acknowledge that the beauty of this business is you can say, hey, can't stay, gotta go, pick up my kids. I'm such a big advocate for allowing people to be their best selves. And it's really hard to be a parent and work 40, 50, 60 hours a week and struggle with, taking care of your kids and getting your kids here and there. And Heidi, I appreciate the fact that you are actually in your bed or in your bedroom, because I can see your headboard. So anyway, I love this. Congratulations. I just had to out you, Heidi, because I've been there. I know what that looks like. And here I am in my kitchen and juggling my big guy, who's almost 14, who has an appointment at 11:30. But you guys, that's what it's about. This from day one. From day one, I have been so focused on showing people, oh my gosh, I'm kind of scary, showing people how they can really be their best selves and live their best life and have the freedom. And what Heidi said about Mate, is so true. I mean, life hits us and we have obstacles. And I can remember when I was a kid one time, and my mom, as some of you might remember or might know, my mom was a nurse. She was a night nurse. And I remember something happened to her car. And we were on the side of the road. And I remember AAA came, and I could feel the stress that she had from knowing that she was going to have a broken down car, which meant bills to pay, which meant, a couple $100s that she probably, may not have had. I don't know. I was a kid, but I could feel the financial stress of that. So I doing what we were set out to do, and that's help people with their health. I mean, we've had some incredible testimonials over the weekend. I loved, I talked with Tara Schultz. I don't know if she's on, but I talked with Tara and one of her new associates who's having incredible results physically. She posted about another client of hers. The physical health is so important, but the financial part of this is such a life changer. So it's really not about, Heidi and I talked a little bit about the fact that we want everyone to be there. Like, I feel I'm happy. I'm very honored and grateful and appreciative to be recognized for our contribution and for our income success. But it is so much more exciting when it's those on our team that are getting the recognition. So it's not about me. It's not about Heidi. It's about how can we help you guys. We all know these products work. And I mentioned to Heidi, I'm going to be authentic. I signed up someone and she's working with a coach, and she's like, my coach is all nervous about, this and not sure if it works. And, it happens to all of us. It happens to all of us. People are skeptical. And that's what I loved about Tara's post, because her client was skeptical, but she has a medical condition. And 4 weeks or 16 weeks, 4 months into the game, she's down 30 pounds, feeling incredible. When people are committed to taking ownership of their health, it's so rewarding. And the fact that we are compensated and allows us to have the freedom to do what we want to do, to make the decisions that we want to make, and to not have the stress of putting a dog into the hospital for $2,500 for a 2-day stay. And Heidi knows, like, okay, no big deal. We got it. We've got this covered. So anyway, hats off to all of you guys. We want all of you to be here, there, wherever you want to be. And we are not here to push you. Someone asked me the other day, a good friend of mine said, can you help me stay motivated? I want to do what you do. I want, not even the business, just the products. Can you help me stay motivated? And I'm like, you know what? The old me would have been like, oh my gosh, how can I help them? How can I help them? What I realize is they have to want to help themselves. And so, we're all self-motivated. We've all, had different journeys to get here. But I told her that. I said, I can only do so much. You have to want to help yourself. So the reason, you feel sluggish is because you're not committed. Once you commit, and we all know, whether it's 4 days, 5 days, a week, 6 weeks, things will change. But you have to change in order for things to change in your life. So anyway, that's it.
Thanks, Ricky. And one thing I wanted to mention, you said so much and so many good things, but being bold, that to me is being bold and being focused. I remember when you made the decision, and you guys, I cannot emphasize this enough. It is a decision to go executive. It's a decision that you just say, I'm doing it. And there's nothing that's going to stop me. I'm going to call as many people as I can. I'm going to reach out, not by Facebook, not the wimpy way, not by text message. Get on the phone, let them hear your voice and your passion. And Ricky, will you share just a little bit, because I want this. I am way more excited about seeing all of you get the recognition that Ricky and I are getting right now. Way more. When I got the message about Ricky hitting, earning the $250,000, I was jumping up and down. When I heard about me, and when Lynn posted that on my Facebook page, I was a little embarrassed. I was a little bit like, oh my gosh, I feel uncomfortable with all the attention being on me. So that's what is so cool about this business. It lights me up when I saw Ricky's success, Jordan's success, all of you. And Ricky, share just a little bit about your journey to executive, because it was so quick. It's like you made the decision. It was like you were, boom. You didn't care where you were.
No.
Or what the obstacles were.
So, and back in the day when I had executive, Heidi and I, it was the two of us in building our team. And I can remember, it was like everyone was hitting or going for executive. Everyone was going for executive. And I was like, okay, I am doing this. I am doing this. And I had reached out to a friend who, was the last person who I needed to hit consultant to become an executive. And what a story Heidi wants me to share is I was literally, and I can remember it so vividly, I was at the Muni Opera, which for those of you who aren't from St. Louis, it's an outdoor theater and the live performance. And I can remember my phone was in my purse, and I was like leaning over and like putting in numbers and it was like 9:30 that night. And I wanted to hit it that week because, I wanted to hit my goal. And I remember I was in my purse and I was like, oh my gosh. And any of you who have signed anyone up online, it's not always that easy, but I, kept doing it. And then at intermission, I was like, okay, I am doing this right now. And I just sat there in my chair and made it happen. She hit consultant And it wasn't that long ago, but back then, like, we didn't know immediately. We didn't have Isopulse. We didn't have, so I was a nervous wreck. Like, oh my gosh, did it go through? Did it not go through? How do I know? So I'm texting Heidi, can you please check for me? But you guys, you make that decision, and I want to go executive again. I'm ready to go executive again. I want a strong foundation. Heidi and I, and several of you who are executive, will be on Lisa DeMayo's executive call at 11:30. And Lisa mentioned last week, you want to go executive twice, especially in your, in any business center, but that will solidify the foundation for you. And so it's all about going executive, continue until. And I drove to Vanderbilt. I drove to Nashville this weekend with my son. And by the way, I took an e-shot at 9 p.m. and I drove till 2 a.m. Like, no problem. They totally work. I go to bed by 10 usually. So they totally work. But I drove to Nashville and I listened to The Big Leap. So one of the foundations of that is being bold and making the leap. And it becomes, we all have thresholds, and it becomes the new normal. Like, you feel uncomfortable and then you do it and you realize it's then you rise to the occasion. So we're all here I'm pushing myself out of my comfort zone. We're here to encourage you all, however we can help you get out of your comfort zone. Let go of the outcome, detach from the outcome with love and respect, and make it happen. And write it down, guys. Write it down. Put down on your list. Make your goals. Put down who you want for your executive team, for your board of directors. If you're new, they may not come around right out of the gate. But what we didn't have that I love you all, that you all can leverage, is our team. When Heidi and I started, we didn't have the social proof. We didn't have the team we have, but we continued until. And Lynn said to me, and I heard it in this book. Lynn said to me, I don't need easy. I just need possible. And that's what this is. It's not easy. It's simple. It's not easy, but I promise you, it's possible. We have the evidence. It's possible. And Heidi's living a life that she manifested, that she wrote down, that she dreamed about, and here she is making it happen. And we all have that. We all have that ability. It's just a matter of making the decision and continuing until. So that's it.
I'm not going to get out of bed though.
I don't know if I was like, I am so busting her, but that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of this.
Well, like I said, Criff just got in town last night. Oh, and by the way, Criff climbed a 14er for the first time yesterday. Amazing accomplishment. And the e-shots, he said, Mom, I couldn't have done it without the e-shots. And he this is crazy. He had 6 amped fuel on the way up. He said 6 of them. Yeah. So, it was, 5 in the morning till 3 p.m. It's a really long climb. So anyway, our products work. And you guys, raise your hand if you want to climb a mountain. Let me tell you this, the view at the top is so worth it. And I'm just going to end because I know some of us have to get on that new call, but more importantly, my daughter just peeked her head in the door and she just had her tonsils out and she's not a happy camper. And I don't have to be at work. I can take care of her in between calls like this. But we are so blessed. And I'm just going to end again with the popcorn, the Jiffy Pop. We're shaking it and we're really working so hard, shaking and come on, something pop. And eventually, something's going to pop, right? So, eventually, I remember some were worse than others. It's like you'd be sitting there but you would get the pop, and then it was pop, pop, and then pop, pop, pop. The beginning's the hardest. It's hard. The warm up is the most difficult. Criff said that. He's like, it was weird. I got into a rhythm. the first part was really hard, looking up that mountain going, I don't know if I can make it to the top. And then it's pop, 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 pop. Like the energy and momentum just starts going to the point where Lynn is not even Facebook friends with Kim Lovelace, Jill Lauber, Rita Martin, and Mercy Kohlberg that are on this call, Jackie Stout, that are on this call, and top leaders in our organization. That's what it means. You've got to go executive. You've got to get that popcorn popping. And pretty soon it just gets way bigger than you. And at the same time, the main thing you need to work on when that's going on is you. Work every day on getting a little bit better. So thank you guys. I love you all. I can't wait for celebration. Go make those bold calls this week. Let's set that as our intention this week. Congratulations, Ricky. Congratulations, Jordan. You will all be there sooner than later. Love you. Mwah.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Thank you.